Hello, mathematicians. Welcome to another math class with me, Miss Taylor. I'm glad you're here. Alrighty, let's see. Are we ready for math? Do we have our fact practice packet? And remember, we are doing a new fact practice packet. It is number 5. And today we will be looking at page number 2. So page number 2 in your new fact practice packet. And we're going to be practicing multiplying by 1 a little bit today. Alrighty, we need our textbook. Got my textbook here. Check. And our workbook. Here's my workbook. Check. Some paper and a pencil. Sometimes it's more fun to use a whiteboard. You could also do that. All right, so let's get started with our fact practice packet. We are on page 2. And if you would like to do this right now and you don't have your packet, you could pause the video. Or you could pause the video and just do this right now. Page 2, or you could do it after class. Now, yesterday we practiced multiplying by 0. And anytime we multiply by 0, the answer is 0, right? If you have the number 0 6 times, you still have 0. If you have the number 6 0 times, you still have 0. You still have nothing. So when we're practicing by multiplying by 0, the answer, the product, is always 0. We learned that there's some names for when we multiply. The numbers are called factors. Factor, factor, product. We also learned about the commutative property yesterday, where we have 5 times 0 is 0. If we switch the order of the factors, like here, 0 times 5, it's also 0. Taylor needs to finish her fact practice from yesterday. All right, so I'm going to once again write the names for these numbers. We have a factor times a factor, and then the answer is the product. And the product, I should also mention, the product is like the whole number. So again, when we add the parts, and we get our answer, and that's the whole number. When we multiply, we also get the whole number, and that's called our product. So if you have the number 1, 9 times, 1 plus 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 1. What's the answer? 9. What about if you have the number 9 one time? 9. So anytime you multiply a number times 1, the answer, the product, is that number. If you have the number 1 one time, if I have the number 1 time, what do I have? 1. If I have the number 2 one time, if I have the number 2 one time, I have 2, don't I? So the trick here is any number multiplied by 1 is going to be that number. So 1 times 5 is 5. 7 times 1 is 7. Remember, the order doesn't matter. I could say 7 times 1, 1 times 7. Commutative property, so the order doesn't matter. 6 times 1 is 6. Now we might want to check our answers on the back to make sure that we're on the right track. 9, 1, 2, 5, 7, 6. 9, 1, 2, 5, 7, 6. Yep. All right, so again, before you go through and just write all the answers, think about why. Why is 4 times 1, 4? Well, if I have the number 4 one time, it's 4. But if I have the number 1 4 times, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, that's also 4. So any number times 1 is that number. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 1 is 3. 1 times 5 is 5. 8 times 1 is 8. All right, so I will let you finish multiplying by 1. Find each product. If you'd like to pause the video to finish now, you could definitely do that. And we are going to get started by looking at our textbook. We're going to do a little bit more practice multiplying by 2 today. So yesterday we looked at these pages in our textbook, 104 and 105. And today we're going to do a little bit more practice on the next page, page 106. So if you would please join me on page 106 here. And as a little bit of review, we are going to practice multiplying by 2. So yesterday we practiced skip counting by 2s to help us. And you'll notice here that they have some equations, some number sentences, some multiplication sentences, and the answers are going in order of skip counting by 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. What's next? 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. What about backwards? 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Nice job. So when we have them in order like this, we can skip count by 2s. Now, when they're not in order, we can't always skip count by 2s, but we can think about facts that we already know to help us. So let's look at this page. It says, multiply 2 by 3. So that is 2 times 3. Well, now here we can skip count 2, 4, 6. And if we know 2 times 3 is 6, then we can figure out the next one, because the next one is going to be 2 more than that. So if 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 4 is 8. Very nice. And again, 2, 4, 6, 8. If we know 2 times 5 is 10, we can figure out 2 times 6 because it's just going to be 2 more. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. If we know this is 2 times 5, then we know 2 times 6 is going to be 2 more than that, which would be 12. All right. Now we are going to look at a couple more on the bottom here for number 5. What do we have here? So they are showing us if 5 plus 5, here we have 5 plus 5 is 10. Oh, they're showing us that's the same as 5 times 2. 5 plus 5 is 10, yep. 5 times 2, remember that means 5 2 times. Here's a 5, and here's 5. So 5 times 2 is also 10. What about this one? Here we have 7 plus 7. Is that 14? And 7 times 2 is also 14. So these are the same. They have the same answer. If we know 8 plus 8 is 16, what's 8 times 2? 16. If you know 9 plus 9 is 18, what's 9 times 2? Also 18. Nice work. Alrighty, and let's see. So here, again, we're doing a little bit more practice with multiplying. It would be really prudent for you to use your skip counting to figure those out. And you can also think about, oh, we're increasing the number by 2 each time. And down here, this last thing we're going to look at is right here. And we talked about this the other day too. Multiplication follows something called the commutative property. And what that is the order of the factors doesn't matter. You could say 6 times 2 is 12, or you can say 2 times 6 is 12. So the order doesn't matter. You're going to get the same answer. You can say, what's this one? Let's look down here. 7 times 2, you're going to have the same answer as 2 times 7. So again, the order doesn't matter when we multiply. The order also doesn't matter when we add, but the order does matter when we divide or subtract. So it doesn't work for that, but it works for multiplication and division. 2 times 9, is that 18? 9 times 2, also 18. Nice job. So that is what we're going to work with in our textbooks for today. And then our homework for today, to keep practicing a little bit more with skip counting and multiplying by 2, we are going to do pages 121 to 124. So here they are just showing us that as we multiply, we're just adding 2 as we go. So 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is going to be 2 more, and that's 4. 2 times 3, it's going to be 2 more, so 4 plus 2 is 6. 2 times 4, so we can add 2 again. So just kind of showing us this regular pattern that we can use to help us as we multiply. And then we know that we can add 2 more. So if you know 2 times 3 is 6, 2, 4, 6, then 2 times 4 is going to be 2 more. And 6 plus 2 is 8. Okay, so we're just adding 2 more here. And then on page 123, we're going to practice the commutative property. 2 times 6 is 12. 6 times 2 is 12. 2 times 7 is 14. 7 times 2 is 14. So the order doesn't matter. We're going to get the same answer. And then the last thing on page 124, this is our last page. We're just going to connect the factors to the product. So here they've done the first one for us. 4 times 2 is 8. So it looks like on one side we connect it, and then on the other side we also connect. 4 plus 4 is also 8. So it looks like on the left side, all multiplication. On the right side, all addition. Let's do one more together. So 10 times 2 is, there it is, 20. And let's see if we can find a 20 on the addition side. Oh, I see one. 10 plus 10, 20. Okay, so that is how you do page 124. Nice work, mathematicians, and I will see you again soon. Bye.